this episode of On the Pulse of Packaging, we have Vice President of PAC Machinery, Greg Berguig, with us. Welcome, Greg.
Hi, Shannon. Thank you.
Hi. And you're going to talk to us a little bit today about successful implementation with new packaging equipment, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to share a little experience on that. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that, some advice you might have for customers.
Yeah, I think it's so important, right? People are looking for a packaging solution, and this is an investment in their business. Just think about like buying something for your home, right? I don't know if it's like a new lawnmower or something like that. Typically you do quite a bit of research, you get recommendations, you make sure it's the right fit for what you're doing. And a lawnmower only cuts your lawn. In this case, it's going to make you more productive in your business and save you money or allow you to produce more products or, get more things out the door. So I think it's, my first suggestion, I think there's three things really. First thing is really do your homework when looking for a solution. Don't just get the same machine again always, or look what's changed since the last time you implemented a packaging automation. I think that's extremely important. If you think you found a way of doing it during that stage, talk to people and ask them what are other ways that something could be packaged, and view it as really a partnership, I'd say, between the manufacturer you're working with or packaging distributor or whatnot, and your team. Don't just say, hey, can I get a quote on this tabletop sealing machine, or what's the price of that, or here's what I'm doing, what do you recommend, right? It should be a conversation, and it should be multiple conversations, because inevitably we see it all the time. It's like, hey, we're talking, I want to put a product in a bag, I want to seal it. I was like, great. Are you printing on the bag? No, we're not doing printing. Okay, perfect. And then it's like you have a follow-up call where you're going to talk about the proposal, and inevitably you get somebody from your team and they say, hey, what about the labels? And you say, the labels, I thought you weren't doing any printing. Oh no, we're doing printing, we just apply a label afterwards. Well, okay. That's a great opportunity to kind of remove a step in the process. The second thing, if you're making this investment, go and see the machine before it ships, right? Like, bring sample product, go there, make sure that everything you understood and was explained, that there's a match and that it's actually doing what you expect it to do. This is for the packager, right? So if I'm packaging stuff, I want to make sure. And for us, the manufacturer, we want to do a good job. We don't want to have to, this solution, I thought that the print was going to be, 4 inches wide and you have a 2-inch wide printer. Well, that's, Mr. Customer, that's what you ordered from the proposal. I gave you the thing. So go there. Every manufacturer wants you to go see the facility, go meet the people, go talk to the technicians. Before the machine ships, it's a lot easier than it's been created, it's been sent around the country, it's been uncreated, it's been installed, it's in place, it's connected, things like that. I can't stress that enough.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty critical. It's something that's super expensive, and you want to make sure that your products are going to be running right and correct on there, and the machine's going to do everything that it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and you've talked through it and things like that, and it probably will, but what does it hurt? Go there. Maybe you'll get some extra training, you'll get some tips, you'll learn something. Maybe there's an adjustment that needed to be made. A lot of times we're like, oh, this is the product I'm going to run. And then it turns out that we have this one that's, 6-inch diameter ring. And I'm like, okay, well, the bags aren't sized for that. It's a good thing that you're here. So let's go through and size the bags, or you can make some adjustment. It's a lot easier to do that before the equipment leaves the manufacturer's facility.
Sure. What can a company do, I guess, when the machine arrives and it's at their business? What can they do on their end to make sure that things go successfully?
Yeah, so I talked to you about making sure it's a partnership and scoping out the equipment or the solution. 2, and because there's many different ways to package a product. 2, once you have the solution and it's it's not true for everything, but especially with automation, go see it before it leaves. Go to the FAT, the factory acceptance test, take advantage of that. That's the second. And then third, once you get the solution, startup and training have somebody from the factory go and install that piece of equipment, or train your team, or be there. We like to make that, depending on the equipment, it's either typically a 1 or 2 day process. For some of our larger automatic baggers, flow wrappers, automatic shrink, things like that, it's 2 days. It's really 1 day of the tech goes in, sets up, fine tunes, you got the product, you got the film, etc. Day 2 is really running of production, and it's that time for people to ask questions, to be retrained, right? Like, I can tell you something, but until you do it and then do it again and sleep on it and things like that, like, you don't become an expert. So take advantage of that. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
we want nothing more and than this machine to last you 10, 20, 30 years and run optimally. So technicians startup and training. We've also started like retraining, right? Like, somebody came out and they trained, that's great, but like, inevitably you're going to forget things. There's sometimes a little turnover in people sometimes. So production people happens. So, maybe get a retraining, have somebody come back in 30, 60, 90 days, just for a day or two. I mean, it's a couple $1,000s, right? It's an investment, but like, the whole thing is an investment in your business. So you'll learn something new. Hey, we noticed that this whatever seems to be happening. The film comes out of the former. Oh, okay, well, these are the factory settings we recommended for the former. It looks like somebody made an adjustment. No big deal. Like, here, I'll show you how to make it run better. So, once it's run through a couple weeks, certainly a couple weeks of production, turnover, a lot of times maybe they didn't load the film quite right. They missed a roller. I mean, there's a diagram, but this is all new, right? So, get startup and training, get retraining, really view it as a long-term partnership, because I think certainly PAC Machinery and, others in the industry that I know want, we want to do a good job, and we want it to be a long-term solution. And it's not just, oh, well, there's the opportunity for more machines. Like, you bought the first machine, we built it. We want it to run well for your business. So we take pride in that.
Well, Greg, anything else you want to cover in this topic today?
No, I mean, I think those are really my three, keys for successful packaging automation implementation. One, it's a partnership with the manufacturer. Treat it that way. The manufacturer will appreciate that as well, right?
Yep.
Two, if you invested in a solution, make sure that, before it ships or whatnot, I would encourage, even if it's just a video or virtually, or take the best is to go to the factory and see that the equipment does everything you expect it to do and thought, and everyone's on the same page. And three, once you have it, get trained professionals to come and train your team and make you the experts. And if you do that, I mean, I think it's certainly win-win, and you'll be happy for a long time.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks a lot for your time today, Greg. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a great one, Shannon.
All right, you too.